Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio, so today I'm going to be showing you another new card from Pokémon Sun and Moon, the TCG, of course, trading card game. It is a Lowland Dugtrio. Now, I don't know about you, but let's start off by saying a Lowland Dugtrio is either cool, awesome, or incredibly weird, take your pick. It's Dugtrio with surfer hair, beautiful long golden locks of hair. That is a little bit weird, but also cool and awesome, hence my previous statement. Now, we're going to get a full reveal of all of Sun and Moon this week, so I'm going to keep this one nice and brief. A Lowland Dugtrio has potential as a tech. It's not amazing, but let's see why it might see a little bit of play. It's a stage 1, which means you evolve it straight up. One thing which is very important that we need to note right out of the gate, and we kind of knew this already, but we've now had it confirmed for the first time, a Lowland Dugtrio will only evolve from a Lowland Diglett, not regular Diglett. Now, we assumed this was going to be the case, but I believe this is the first kind of proper confirmation of this. 100 HP is fairly standard for a stage 1. Being metal type means that you will hit some good weaknesses at the moment, things like the Rainbow Road Xerneas and Mega Gardevoir EX. Being weak to fire, of course, hurts a lot because of Volcanion, and let's not forget that a resistance to Psychic is always a good thing. Anytime you can take less damage is always very nice. Now, the ability here is what I like most of all. I mean, first of all, it's called Tangled Hair, and that is amazing. As long as this Pokemon is in play, the defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 colourless more. For anyone wondering about the ruling of this with Floatstone, Floatstone gives you a retreat cost of 0, it can't be increased. But there's still a whole bunch of Pokemon that still retreat for free, things like Mew from Fates Collide that we might play to get free retreat. This helps out immensely because it hurts your opponent. It's only a stage 1, and it can really hurt or slow down your opponent. Whether it's good enough to warrant 2 spaces in your deck and a space on your bench, I leave that up to you, but it certainly has a little bit of potential here. Now, for free colourless energy, dig under 50 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. That includes Pokemon on the bench. Now, this is almost a very good attack. If it was 2 energy, we could use double colourless energy. That would be amazing. If it was 60 damage, we'd be able to KO evolving basics. Things like, I'm assuming, Litten and Poplio will generally have 60 HP. So that's very nice. The problem is, it's 50. Now, there's still plenty of stuff this will one-hit KO. Things like Zubat, things like Magikarp, things like Rattata. And Rattata, of course, is something which we'll see a little bit of play because it's got a very nice ability, so it's not terrible, but it's not amazing. Might I remind you of the card Wide Lens? It's a tool that you can attach to a Pokemon, meaning that you can then hit for weakness, or I suppose be resisted if you're silly enough to go after an electric Pokemon, when you hit something on the bench. But free energy and a tool on a stage 1 to snipe for 100. Now, if you compare it to something like Hooper EX, it's much better at sniping for 100. But honestly, it's just too expensive. Free energy is too expensive. 50. Now, if this did 60, then you could wide lens KO as Xerneas, and that would be absolutely awesome. But it doesn't do 60, it does 50. If it was a DCE for 60, this would be a brilliant attack, I'd be hyping it. It's free energy for 50, it's not quite good enough. Now, I do like the ability. And in Expanded, we've got things like Bronzong, which can help you out greatly with the typing. Let's not forget that we've also got Magearna, which will allow any of your Pokemon that have Metal Energy attached to not have any effects of attacks other than damage. And if you're playing a Lowland Dugtrio, you're probably playing some Metal Energy in there somewhere, though you don't have to. Hitting the bench is always good. We all know how good Lysander is. Well, you don't need to use a Lysander as your only supporter for the turn if you can hit the bench. Whether 50 for free energy is good enough, I leave you to decide. My inkling is it's slightly underpowered. But I think there might be some legs in the ability. Combine it with some other things released in the future and just go nuts. It could work. it could be terrible. Here's a nice little combo just to start you off. Team Aqua's Secret Base. If they're not playing a Team Aqua Pokemon, and nobody's playing a Team Aqua Pokemon, they get, and you I suppose, retreat cost of 1 more. Then you add in a Lowland Dugtrio, and now their retreat cost is all of a sudden 2 more. See where I'm going with this? This can build up, and my inkling is this probably does stack, so 2 Alolan Dugtrios, they have to pay 2 more to retreat. Right, that is all the time a Lowland Dugtrio needs. It's quite good, it's not amazing, I'm giving it 2 Wassies. Now, you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen, there is a comment section. Go nuts, tell me what you think about this card. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Twitter @TheWassie, and as always, the most important thing, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.